Tonight's zoning hearing board, and we're going to open up the hearing, and we're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so we are here today to hear docket 2025-04. Jennifer Addo, 85 Apache Trail, York Haven, PA 17370. Applicant has filed a request for a special exception from zoning ordinance 380-59A 17 to operate a family daycare at 85 Apache Trail, York Haven, PA 17370, being tax parcel 3900260141.00-00000 in suburban residential zoning district. Can we swear in the zoning officer?
You swear or affirm all the testimony you will give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. Thank you.
Was the was the residence posted?
The residence?
Yes.
The date was November 4th.
And was it sent out to the newspapers?
To the newspapers, yes. I sent it to the newspaper October 22nd, 2025 for advertisements on November 10th and November 17th.
And was it posted at the township building?
Yes, it was on November 4th.
Letters to adjoining property owners?
November 4th, 2025.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your question.
Letters sent to adjoining property owners. Were they?
November 4th, 2025.
Okay.
Okay. Do we have the applicant here? Okay. Could you please go to the microphone and be sworn in?
Yes, get sworn in,
Yeah.
please, if you're going to be speaking. Yes.
Ma'am, what's your Barbara Green?
And both of you raise your hand, please. You swear or affirm all the testimony you will give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Would you state your full name and address for the record, please?
Jennifer Addo, 85 Apache Trail, York Haven, PA 17370.
Okay. Are you the owner of the property?
Yes, sir.
Are there any other owners of the property besides yourself?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
I just turned it on.
Okay.
And can we just make sure that when we're speaking into the microphone and one at a time, just so that we can maintain the record?
Yes, ma'am.
And whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and give us your testimony for why you are planning on, or what you're planning on doing with the property.
So kind of what you already wrote in here
Okay.
about a little bit about your background.
So I decided to open a child, or I desire to open a child care in my home, mostly because of my son. And I used to do foster, well, I'm technically still a foster parent. And I always wanted to work with children, but I also wanted to adopt, which is why I went into foster care as a mentor. And it was through foster care where I kind of solidified my desire to do child care. I enjoyed working with children and making a difference and seeing the impact that I could make which I would like to do now on a more larger scale within my home. And my son, he is neurodivergent, and I would like to open my home to other children that are neuroatypical, that are prejudged, and might be a little bit difficult to find care because of their differences. About a little bit about my background. I started out in the Navy after I got out of high school. I was stationed in California. I was an interior communications electrician. I was mostly in tech, but I kind of always wanted to be a teacher. But I started out in tech because of the Navy, and I kind of just stayed that route because I was a parent, and it just made sense at the time. And then that's when I went into foster care, and now I would like to do childcare in my home.
And my name is Barbara Green. I work for Community Connections for Children. And you will see from my packet, it was a very typical Monday for me. So there are pages that are upside down, and I apologize for that because I didn't realize until the parking lot. And then I didn't have my hole punch to be able to do them again. But I wanted to be here tonight because Jennifer is working with Community Connections for Children. And so my job within that organization is to help people go through the process of becoming a certified child care provider. So she would be doing this as a legally licensed child care provider, where she would be able to have up to 6 children in her home. And I'm not sure what your zoning regulations are as far as the number of children, but according to Department of Human Services, she would be legally allowed to have 6 children in her home. We did put some information in here along with her application packet, just some information on some of the trainings that she has already completed. She has all of her clearances. She has some information in here about her education. And then at the very back, there are several different maps. And they are a little bit difficult to understand, so I can go through some of them if you would like. But the basic premise is that here in Newberry Township, there are 0 child care providers. If we extend it out to the zip code of 17370, there are 2 child care providers. Right now in the state of Pennsylvania, we are suffering from a child care drought. And we in York County have been trying to combat some of that. 85% of the children in York County under the age of 7 do not have quality child care to be able to attend. Some of that is because of pricing, but mostly because there aren't enough providers. We started a program called ECHO, Every Child Has Opportunities, for Community Connections for Children. And so we are working very hard at increasing the number of quality child care providers in the area. Jennifer has applied for a grant with us where she would receive $20,000 to be able to open her family child care. That would enable her to be able to get all of the equipment, anything that she would need for the children, anything that you would all require her to do. Once she is certified, she would be able to come back and apply for another $50,000, where she would be able to do. We have a lot of providers in the area who are doing like outdoor learning environments, maybe adding a bathroom or something like that. So anything that she would be able to, that she would need, we would be able to help her with that. My job is to go with her through the process. Once she is certified, she would receive 1 unannounced monitoring visit every year. If by chance there would be a complaint, they come out within 24 hours. I don't see anything like that in the future happening, but just so you would know, there are people that would be overseeing what she does. She would be regulated and have DHS with her at all times. And we're here to answer any questions that you may have.
Tell us about your property, please, because we're making a record here this evening, so we have some information. Would you please give us the lay of the land, so to speak? What kind of a house is it? What kind of setbacks, yard do you have, driveway access, those kinds of things?
The house is a little over 2,000 square feet. Um, there is one stairs that goes down to the basement, which would primarily, where the childcare would primarily be. There's a bathroom downstairs, multiple doors. What you don't see in the picture, I will say I did. I believe an assessor came out, but I did add a garage. So if you look at the ground floor pictures, here we go. You will see. I believe I included. Okay, yes. You'll see kind of like a. It's not a sketch, but not like the actual pictures. You'll see like the blueprint. Thank you. And there's one area that has no markings or anything. That's where I put the garage door. Not going to be used for childcare. Each room has 2 exits. Upstairs would not be used for childcare. Upstairs is the kitchen, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 2 bath, I'm sorry. In the living room area, which is kind of small to keep children, so I wouldn't keep children up there. Is there anything else? A driveway, there is a driveway. I would expect parents to come in and out of the driveway and through the basement for drop off and pick up.
Is that a walkout basement?
Yes.
How many cars can you park in your driveway at one time?
I believe 3 cars can fit. At least.
Is there street parking?
Yes.
How many cars can fit in the street in front of your house?
In front of my house, if there's no cars, I believe 6 without blocking a driveway.
Can cars turn and exit your driveway without having to back out onto the street?
Like a circle kind of driveway?
No, just can they do a K-turn and turn around and leave
Yes,
the property?
yes.
So in other words, you don't have people with children that have to back out into the street to be able to leave. They can turn on your property.
Yes, yes, gotcha, yes.
How wide is your driveway? Would you say?
It's only a 1-car garage, and my driveway is about a little bit bigger than
Okay.
the garage door.
Okay. So it's a single lane.
Yes.
Okay. Driveway. Do you have a turnaround area? Cutout. Paved area.
I would like to do that though. I know what you mean.
Okay.
But no, not at this time.
What kind of properties surround you? What kind of neighbors do you have? Are they businesses? Are they homes?
No.
Are they residences? Are they large lot, small lot?
Just residences.
They're all residences surrounding you?
Yes.
Okay. Will you be using an outdoor play area?
Yes, under construction at this time, but yes.
Would you describe the play area that you plan for outdoors?
So I wanted a nature-based play area, but I do still want a play set, like a regular slide, swing, your standard play set, and greenhouse, some raised garden beds, a sand pit, and a mud table, at least.
Will it be shaded?
I would like it to be shaded, but I'm not sure how my HOA would feel about that. It wouldn't be shaded by a structure, more so something like an outdoor. I don't know the exact wording, but it's not a housing structure or part of the house. It's not like something like a carport.
Like a sunshade
Yes.
that could come up and down.
Trees? Do you have any?
I do have trees, but I actually just asked the contractor. I wanted to remove them and replace them with fruit trees.
Okay. How many are you removing?
4 trees.
How large will your outdoor play area be? Dimension-wise, feet.
The entire backyard, but I it's hard to, I couldn't give you dimensions. I'm sorry.
Well, the ordinance requires a minimum of 390 square feet.
It would be at least
That would be
1,000.
roughly 20 by 20 area.
My backyard is a lot bigger than that.
Okay. What's the total area of your lot then? Do you know?
I know we have I know we have some of the lot pictures here, but I'm not, they're really hard to read on the copy. So I'm not sure that we're able to see directly how big the whole lot is.
But there are pictures included in the application of the backyard.
So, is all of the information included in your application still true and correct today?
Other than the garage
Yes.
that's installed?
Yes.
Yes.
When you say other than the garage, what do you mean by that? That it's been
I-
added since your application, or?
The garage was added last year.
Okay.
It looks like the total square footage of the lot is 7,501.
Thank you.
In these pictures, I see a fence. Is that fence is still there?
Yes. It's supposed to get removed though and replaced with wood, which is also the same contractor who's replacing the trees.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying all that. I just today I asked them for all the dates and I still haven't heard back.
But it'll still be a privacy fence,
Yes.
and that surrounds the entire backyard?
Yes.
And is there a gate with a locking mechanism on it? Will there be
When he replaces it, yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
So you're the single owner of the home?
Yes.
Are you the single occupant of the home?
With my son. Just me and my son who lives in the home.
You and your son. And you've already, I did see a discrepancy in the floor plan. You do have a garage door now.
Yes.
All right. And so would that have possible use as a garage?
Yes.
Okay. And how many vehicles are normally parked in the home, either
One.
in the garage or outside?
Both. One. Just one car. Sometimes I use a garage, sometimes I don't.
Okay. And On the floor plans you provided, where will the daycare services actually be conducted? Your application says playroom. Where is that?
In the blueprints, you'll see an area that's, I believe, family.
Just from the family room?
Yes, the family room.
Okay, so, again, according to the floor plan, you have an open space, but now that, I'll just say that the upper room, which is now a garage, has that been closed off?
So, yes, the wall. There's a wall. A wall was built here with a fire-rated door,
Okay,
and this was just replaced with the garage door. That's the only changes.
all right, so you're saying that the daycare activity will be in what's labeled as a family room
Family room and basement,
and basement?
which is
what's-
across.
What do you have in the basement? What mechanicals do you have in the basement?
In this bath area, heater, washer dryer, and hot water tank.
So the bathroom is really a utility room with a tub, toilet, and sink, maybe?
I wouldn't call it it. I was thinking about putting a wall up, and you wouldn't really tell.
Is there a toilet in?
Yes, there is a toilet.
Okay,
It's a full bath.
okay. So you're saying that the basement area is going to be daycare activities as well as one half of the other side
Yes,
marked family room?
yes.
Okay. And there's no activity upstairs?
No, yes, no activity upstairs.
Okay. And regarding the driveway, you stated there's a turnaround, so that the solicitor asked if a car can turn around in your driveway without backing up. Is that correct?
I thought you meant to pull in and like to do, I guess, a 3-point turn. Yes, but that's not what he meant.
All right, so all cars have to enter one way and come out the same way?
There's also still street parking.
Okay.
There's still plenty of street parking. That shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, but you don't know the length of the driveway?
It at least can take 3 cars.
But you're going to garage a car and you expect 3 customers.
I don't expect 3 people to pull in the driveway. I would assume they would park on the street because that would make more sense.
Okay, let me move on here. Can you describe, and Ms. Green, you can add to it, can you describe the foot traffic of parents and children as they're being dropped off in and out of the home? How does that work?
So because she has that open air basement, they will pull into the driveway and they will go right into the child care room, and then the parents would leave the same way. One of the nice things about family child care is, one, there are only 6 children. Very, very rarely are parents dropping off at the same time. And if that would become an issue, we have lots of child cares that will schedule drop-offs. So, family A comes at 7 o'clock, family B comes at 7:15, so that they are not all in the driveway at the same time. If the on-street parking is available, then we could also instruct parents to be able to, park there rather than using the driveway. But it will just be a simple in and out. The drop-off process usually takes 5 minutes or less. Pickup is the same way.
Okay. Is there parking on both sides of the street allowed on Apache Trail?
No, one side of the street.
Which side, your side or the other side?
The other side.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
What would your hours of operation be?
6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
So, like, the first drop off would be at 6 a.m., no earlier.
No earlier, correct.
And then 6 p.m. would be the last pickup, no
Yes.
later than that.
That's correct.
That time frame's different. That's what you describe in the original package. It shows 6 to 10, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Is that a change?
That would be a change, yes, that's correct.
For parents and children who are parking off on the street, on the other side of the street, would they enter your front door or would they go around back to the basement?
Either or,
The front door would be the first floor, is that correct?
that's correct.
So you would take them down a stairwell from there to the basement and the activities or family room area?
The parent can come in.
Okay. Assuming you have 6 children there at one time, do you have help planned, or is this you only?
Just me.
That's the state requirement is 1 for 6 for if she would decide later on and come back for another hearing and want to move to group, which would be up to 12 children, then she would need to have an employee.
Does that matter the age of the children? Does that change how many people need to
Yes.
be there?
Yes.
And is it still 1 to 6?
So for family childcare, it's 1 to 6. She would be able to have 2 children under the age of 1 at one time.
Along with the other 4 children?
Correct.
Okay.
And that's a DHS requirement, right?
Correct.
I don't see anything for latchkey, kids who are dropped off after school. You're not doing that, I assume?
I would like to, but I don't have the resources for that right now.
Okay.
And for Ms. Green, you have walked through this home and assumed how the operation would be effective, the layout, where, I mean, are we taking, cots and tables and daytime activities? You've already processed how the daycare services would be provided?
Yes, she has plenty of space downstairs. The way that the basement is separated, like active play can be on one side. There's a place so that they would be able to nap on the other side. So yeah, there's plenty of space. The fact that it opens right out into the ground level is easy for children and parents to be able to drop off and pick up. If she would happen to have anybody with like a wheelchair or special needs, there's plenty of room there for them to be able to enter the building, to be able to get into the bathroom, to be able to come back out. So everything like that for her civil rights compliance is in good order.
Thank you.
You mentioned about having neurodivergent children in your care. All of this, the number of employees and such, that still applies with neurodivergent children.
Yeah, the state doesn't have any regulations on that. It's based up on the provider on how they feel like they can handle that kind of situation.
Okay.
Another question. The age of the children would range from what to what?
0 to 5.
0 to 5.
So we're looking at primarily only the students, not students, kids that don't have the school, so younger than school age children.
Yes.
Okay. What about like days off school?
I
Is
would-
that taken into account? So like you say 0 to 5, but sometimes the kids don't have school and they have siblings. Would you be taking siblings in as well, or not if they're over 5?
That would be dependent upon her ratio for the day. If school was closed and she had 3 children there for the day, and a parent asked if she wanted to and you approved that, yes, she would be able to take more. But if she is full with 6 children under 5, when the older children are off school, that's a parent's responsibility to find care for them.
Okay.
She can never go over 6 children at one time.
Another question. I hear the 6 children is the limit. I understand that. But could there be 9, for example, over the period of a day? Because 3 come in, 3 come out, say they come 9 to noon or something like that?
Yes. So if she had, for example, if she had part-time children that came like 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. and then another, and then they left, and then she could have more children that came in the afternoon. But the regulation is 6 at any given time. And so she would have to make sure that those schedules would not overlap at all. There could never be a period of time when if a parent was running late and she would end up with 7 children, one of those parents would have to stay. That the next parent would not be able to drop off until that other child was picked up.
Thank you.
Did you say your fence encloses the entire rear yard?
Rear, yes.
Yeah, so it'll be a privacy fence around entire rear yard. So it'll be not visible to adjoining property owners?
Yes.
It's what size fence? Is that 6-foot fence?
6 foot. Yes.
And by privacy, I mean there's no slats in it. You can't see through it, right?
Correct, sir.
Would there be periods of time where some of the children be inside and some out?
No. The regulation for supervision in Pennsylvania is the provider must be able to see, hear, direct, and assess at all times.
So if one is out, all 6 are out?
All are out.
Okay.
She even has to, she is allowed to use a video monitoring system if she has to go to the bathroom. But that system, she still has to be able to see the children on a phone or something like that, a screen, and be able to talk to them and be able to hear them. And it can only be used for that very short period of time. So they always have to be in her sight.
And this is a Monday through Friday operation?
Correct.
How are emergencies handled should something happen to you? We all stumble and fall at times.
She will have to create an emergency plan that we will help her with. The emergency plan will provide for shelter inside her house if there is like a storm or some sort of emergency. It will provide for a meeting place outside of her house in case of a fire. It will also provide for a place to evacuate to if they would need to leave the neighborhood or the house, like for example, if there was a fire. And then she also has to create an emergency transportation plan where she will outline who would be in charge if she would need to go. In all honesty, most of the times in family child care, she would call the parents. They would have to come pick up the kids, and then she would go. But a lot of our providers also have a substitute or something like that that might be able to step in. I've also had providers call me in a last minute emergency kind of situation, and I have all of the clearances to be able to go and help also. And the emergency plan is would be delivered to the township here, to the York County Emergency Management Agency, and to whoever or wherever her emergency relocation is, and it is practiced at least once a year.
So you have drills once a year.
And fire drills every 60 days, and her fires, like her smoke detectors need to be tested every 30 days.
Should smoke detectors get tested every 30?
The smoke detectors, according to the regulation, have to be interconnected, and they have to be tested every 30 days.
30. So they're hardwired.
They are not hardwired.
No?
They are interconnect. Well, I don't know if yours are hardwired in your house.
No.
The ones that we provide for them that are approved through DHS
Okay.
are wired through or go through the internet.
Fire extinguishers?
Yes, she would have to have a fire extinguisher, which we provide.
I'm sorry, would you restate your name and your position in your organization?
Barbara Green, and I am a provider specialist with Community Connections for Children. We used to be child care consultants, so a lot of people still know us by that name.
Okay, and is that a standalone organization or part of?
We're a nonprofit organization and have several different pieces. We have people who do what I do. We have people who run the food program, kind of like school lunch program for child care providers. We also serve 9 different counties in the subsidy program, so parents who need help paying for child care. And we run the Keystone Stars program, which is the quality initiative. Once she is certified, she'll become a Star 1. She can work her way up through the 4-star systems. And we also have a program called Parents as Teachers, where we go into the home and help parents parent, basically.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any HOA
Yes.
issues related to what you're trying to accomplish? Because I don't know.
Not that I've been made aware of.
When you purchased a property recently, correct?
Yes, last year, October.
Did you get a document that's usually like this thick?
It was actually thin. It's only about, I
Okay.
think, 7 pages.
Okay.
It's not, I don't have a really big HOA. It's only 50 a year.
So they don't have any restrictions on something other than a straight residence, if you know what I mean.
No, most of the restrictions are, or rules are around parking, which you can leave outside. That's about it.
Is overnight parking permitted on the other side of the street, or is it just in and out?
I believe it's no parking at all
Well, no parking is on the other
on
side.
the
Other
other
side.
side, or my side.
Well, now I'm confused. Because your house sits on a corner, really.
Yes.
Okay. So right in front bordering your house, is there parking permitted or not permitted?
No, not permitted.
So people would have to park on the other side and cross the street with their children or
If-
pull into the driveway.
Yes. But again, I would like to open it up, if I can, so you wouldn't have to do that.
When you say open it up, I'm not sure what you mean. Can you?
Well, I'm not sure what would be allowed because I haven't ran it by my HOA yet, or I was actually told to go to the township to see if it's possible because I also wanted a front fence as well. But whatever is allowed so that they wouldn't have to do a 3-point turn. I would like a circle though, but that would be weird, and I'm not sure if that would be okay.
Well, one of the requirements of the ordinance is that passenger drop-off and pickups, if they're not on site, or even if they are on site, that they're not to cross traffic lanes on or adjoining the property itself.
Is backing in allowed?
Well, yeah, I'm just saying you can't cross traffic lanes. What concerns me is parking on the other side of the street, because it's not allowed in front of your house. People would have to stop, park, get out of their cars, cross the road, and come into your property, which I think that may be a problem under the ordinance, because you can't do that.
So she
So-
can use her driveway, though.
You can use your driveway, yes, yes.
And if the township and the HOA would permit it, she would receive the funds from the ECHO program to be able to either widen the driveway, create some kind of turnaround in there. So whatever the township would require, she would be able to do, because that funding will be there.
Yeah, that's a code issue with township, and it's also a bit zoning in terms of how wide, and part of the subdivision land development ordinance is to how wide of a driveway you can have, where it can be located, and how it accesses the street. So that's a bit of a construction matter as well, so.
I will say that, her driveway is long enough with her car in the garage that my guess would be 3, maybe even 4 cars would be able to fit in there. And it is, even though it's a single lane, it is wide enough to be able to do like a 3-point turn if a parent wasn't comfortable backing out. It's not an overly busy road if they wanted to back out. But, both of those would be options.
So what you're talking about is staggering your arrivals for the children, so that you're not gonna have 6 cars showing up all at the same time.
Correct. And most of the time in family childcare, we have, a parent might be coming with 2 children. There's very rarely 6 parents, and in the 35 years of working with family childcare, I have never ever heard of all 6 parents coming at one time. So, but staggering that is often done with family childcare.
So, just to be clear, if the ordinance is up to 6, your child is included in the number of 6? So
No.
that reduces to 5?
No, 6 unrelated children.
Unrelated, thank you.
I believe the ordinance says, 6 non-resident. So.
When we're talking about the amount of people, you were saying earlier that she can have 6 at a time. Is that 6 per day, or 6 just at a time, and it could be multiple throughout the day?
6 at a time. So, for example, I have another provider in a different area of York, and her setup is a little bit different, but she runs like a preschool, and she has a morning preschool session. Parents leave. An hour later, afternoon preschool kids come. That's not what she's proposing at all. So for her, the regulation is 6 children at any given time.
So I believe the ordinance states no more than 6 different non-resident minors during any calendar day. Is that going to pose a problem?
I mean, if that's what your ordinance is, then she just wouldn't have that. And that's a pretty rare situation. Most parents are looking for full day care because they're going to work for 8 hours. So they're looking for, 9 to 10 hours of care, consistent care for one person. But if that's what your regulation is, then, she could definitely follow that and just have 6 children and not do like a part-time kind of thing.
Okay.
We do have lights.
lights along the driveway coming in and out?
I do currently have lights, but I'm looking to have something more bright because it's flush with the ground right now. Kind of want something to stick up a little bit. So my mom, she does child care as well. She's done it for 30 years. What she does is she has these, they're not spotlights. They're ones you see at maybe Home Depot, utility lights that she keeps outside that's super bright, or construction lights kind of, that she uses that works really well. And I was thinking about doing that as well.
The basement and family area that you're going to be using for the child care, that's closed off from the upper levels of the house?
Well, there's a steps to access it.
Is there a door, though, that's closed, or is it gated, or what have you?
There's 2 doors on both sides of the room, and there will be a baby gate.
Right, but I mean, get up to the second floor, to get up your main floor.
We would provide a walk-through gate for her.
Lock the gate, thank you. Because you know kids, if it's there, they will go.
Correct.
They will.
They'll go through it, over it, under it, around it.
Correct.
They're curious.
But I've actually installed, because my nephew, he's autistic. So it's a bolt that goes through the door and you slide it. So you can't open the door unless you're tall enough to get that slide on all the exterior doors at least. Or doors that access outside.
So your primary focus is going to be neurodeficit children, or challenged, or not? Or is it going to be a mix?
ADHD. I wouldn't say I have the proper training for autism yet, but busybodies.
Gotcha.
What is the height of your fence around the property,
6 feet,
all the way around?
except for that that section with aluminum, the black bars. That's getting replaced with wood.
Okay.
So then it
That's
will
how
be
the
6
house.
feet all around.
Yes, it will be 6 feet all around.
You don't have no harmful vegetation?
No, I
of
checked.
any sort?
I do love plants, but I did check. There's a list. I checked all my plants.
Her cert rep will also check that. Her certification rep will check that. That's something that I go out and do too for their pre-inspection to make sure everything is safe, plants inside and outside.
So they check the entire facility for compliance as well as the outdoors?
They will check indoor and the space that care is provided for indoors, and they will check the outdoors too. Once she is first certified, she will receive what's called a provisional license, which gives her time to then get children into care. They would then come back out between 3 and 6 months later to do a full inspection where they would give her her full license. But for both the provisional and the full license, and any time they come out, they check the entire property inside and out. They will listen to the smoke detectors. They will make sure all of her paperwork is in order.
The annual visits are unannounced?
They are, the only one that is announced is the first one, so that she knows when they're coming. But after that, they are all unannounced.
Yeah.
And she will receive at least one unannounced visit, and then certification reps need to choose at random throughout the year 10 to 20 additional unannounced visits. So she could get up to 2.
Do you have any pets at home?
Yes, I have. Well, I have a dog. I have 4 cats, 3 birds, and 1 guinea pig. Yeah.
DHS would also expect that cats and dogs have vaccinations on record that they will check every year.
So we'll have clean health certificates?
Yes, dog license, everything.
Okay.
Questions?
You guys can have a seat and we'll open it up to see if there's any questions for them. Any testimony for or against? No? Okay. So if there are no other questions, I will open it up for a motion for either. Yeah, you guys can go ahead.
I move we go to an executive session.
Do I have a second?
Deliberate.
All right. All those in favor of an executive motion for deliberation, say aye.
Aye.
All those not in favor, say nay. Hearing none, we are going to break for a few minutes for an executive session to deliberate, and we will be right back out.
Oh, no. No, let's talk about it after we're done here, because there's nothing that says that you can't.
I'm going to call the hearing back to order. Do I have a motion?
I move that we grant the special exception with the following conditions. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me? Okay. I move that we grant the special exception with the following conditions. Number one, all parking for on-site children drop-off and pickup is required. Number two, the driveway will require not less than 20-foot by 20-foot turnaround area, excluding driveway dimensions.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All-
I'll second.
All right. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. All those not in favor, say nay. Hearing none, the motion is approved. I will caution you, though, to make sure that you look at the ordinance, specifically the passenger drop-off. It says passenger drop-off and pickup areas shall be provided on-site and arranged so that passengers do not have to cross traffic lanes on or adjacent to the site. That is one of our conditions. Also, be sure to look at the section where it indicates the family daycare facility shall offer care and supervision to no more than 6 different non-resident minors during any calendar day. So that's 6 during a day, not just at a time as DHS requires. With that, do I have a motion to adjourn the hearing?
Can I ask a quick question? What is, because every municipality is different, so what is her next step for you?
30 days, right?
Well, we're gonna prepare a written decision, and that will get issued within 45 days of tonight, and that'll be in writing, okay? And it'll have those 2 conditions stated. In the interim, if there's any additional permits that are required from the township, you can see the codes officer for that.
Because she needs to get a certificate of occupancy.
Then that you'll have to take up with the codes officer as to when they're ready to get a certificate of occupancy.
All right.
And then you have compliance with this decision, which is a different story.
Right.
And that's gonna be enforced, separately, so.
And is there a time amount where she has to put the turnaround in?
No, it's not in this particular one, but,
Okay.
you need to be careful, under the ordinance, there is a time limit for acquiring any construction permits that are necessary.
Okay.
Okay, for work to be done, and I think there is a time limit in the ordinance itself generally, so. You'll have to take a look at that, Don, with her. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
We done?
Motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those not in favor say nay. Hearing none, motion adjourned. Meeting adjourned.